baby, have I been a thought daughter lately. Past 2 weeks really have been spent in my head. August was supposed to be the summer break month for me, and instead I've been loitering in my mind. The other day I was at Zaya's with Alex and they were bitching about their parents. And I remember thinking, like, I bitch about my parents all the time, but I wish that they were, like, around for me to bitch about. I'm just bitching about stuff that's happened 20 years ago, you know? And then I remember thinking, damn, I'm so grateful that I'm not with my parents to bitch about them anymore. And I spend so much time bitching about my parents in my head that I'm like, oh, it's actually kind of cool that I don't have to live up to my parents' expectations anymore. Like, they don't have a say anymore, and I don't have to do anything that would make them happy anymore because I ran away so that I could live my own fucking life and be happy as the person that I am. But yeah, that was an interesting thought process to have. Not to mention, I'm 32 years old. I know that I'm supposed to be like an adult already and not need my parents anymore, but also I'm still bitter about the last 20 years. So I'm gonna continue to bitch. I think the point I'm trying to make this morning, I'm starting to slip. I can feel myself starting to slip back into a dark place. So before that fully happens again, because I don't think I have the energy to withstand that right now, before I allow it to even get to that point, we're going to focus on some of the things that make us feel good. First and foremost, go for that morning walk with your coffee. God, did I not want to do that today, but I did it, and I feel a lot better because of it. So, go for your morning coffee walk. Go people watch. These two dudes are just getting out of their cars and walking over to what I assume is work, and they're laughing together, and it's so sweet. I think just seeing life happen outside of me really reminds me and grounds me to the fact that life continues no matter what. So, you can stay stuck, but everything else will keep moving. And then you'll just be that much further behind. So don't stay stuck. I'm at the park by the pickleball park. And this is where I usually come for my coffee walks because I like to set up shop on the picnic tables and journal here. And no one's ever usually here, so that's kind of nice. But I don't know. I feel like I need to get on my anti-burnout routine because genuinely I feel like I'm starting to slip again. And if you've ever been in a dark place, you know what it feels like when you finally come out of it, and to feel like you're starting to go back into it, it's fucking terrifying. Completely terrifying. I feel like I'm slipping. I feel like I keep misreading what I think is going to fill my cup, and so I'm filling my cup with things that don't actually feel that good. But, like, in the moment, I think they feel good. Does that make sense? For example, like, I'm thinking a fun night out with my friends is going to be a good time, and sometimes it is, but sometimes it is not at all what I need, and sometimes I get very overwhelmed and anxious in a social setting, which is really weird for me because that usually only happens when I'm going to the dark place, because otherwise I'm very much an extrovert and a social little butterfly. But it feels like I'm slipping. Any hoot. Yeah, I do feel a little bit like my social battery has been kind of on E, and that usually means that I've been over socializing, which means that I have been not spending enough time on myself, which is fine. I just think that, like, if I'm not careful, I can easily substitute time with self for time with friends, which is great until it's not, you know? I think the more time I spend with my friends, the less time I spend with myself, the more I want to make my friends happy, and the less I care about making myself happy, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It just is not ideal long term. I swear every time I leave the house, a butterfly comes to greet me, and that has to be a good sign. It has to be a sign of good luck, because I refuse to believe otherwise. And while I am a social butterfly, and I do love my friend time, I think that I recharge best in my alone time, especially in like my creative alone time. And sometimes that is ceramics, sometimes that is painting, sometimes that's just sitting in this park and people watching, to be honest. If you've ever seen the Barbie movie, you know that scene where Barbie goes to the real world and she's sitting in the park and she's just people watching and she's just seeing, you know, life happen. And it's something really beautiful and magical. And I remember thinking in that part of the movie, like that part of the movie always brings me to tears because I'm like, okay, life is so beautiful and life continues whether we do or don't. And I don't know why. It makes me feel so small, but like in the best way. Like it makes me feel like there's so much bigger happening around us at all times that how can I be stuck in my head? How can I be so self-centered and focused on little old me when there's so much beauty happening around me, even when my life feels like shit has hit the fan? And I think that's why these coffee walks are such a big, important part of my anti-burnout routine. Because I need to go people watch. I need fresh air. I need to sit outside. And I'm grateful. Even when it's hard. I think it's time to go home. I've been sitting in this park for about an hour and a half, which is honestly a long time for me. But I think it's time to go home, throw some things. Happy Me Monday. I'm in my head.